We are both proud and excited to introduce this morning two of the three newest members of the Calgary Flames. Jonathan Huberdeau recorded 30 goals and 85 assists for 115 points last season, finishing tied for the second most points in the NHL, including a league-leading 85 assists. Mackenzie Weegar, a right shot D-man, notched a career-high 36 assists during the 21-22 campaign, en route to a career-high 44 points.
For both you guys, welcome to Calgary. I guess it's pretty safe to say that this caught both of you off guard. If I could get you both to kind of respond to just how shocking this news probably was for you.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think we didn't really expect it as late on Friday night. I mean, you don't think you're gonna get a call, but we did, and I think it's part of hockey business. And obviously, me and Weegs had a great time in Florida. I mean, I was there for a really long time. That's where obviously I got drafted. So yeah, it was a big shock for me and for me and my family. And I think, obviously going through the weekend, kind of had to, thought about everything, and it's part of life. And now we just got to go forward. And I'm excited to be a Flame, and excited to meet the guys and get going in this new city.
Yeah. I mean, following up, Johnny, I guess for both of us, it was a bit of a shock, but I get the part of the hockey business and that side of it. But I guess 11 o'clock at night on a Friday, I guess it was a little unexpected. And, like you said, we got drafted there. We got a lot of emotional ties there, a lot of good buddies, and they treated us well. So little emotional, but throughout the weekend, you kind of get more excited. The Flame fans have treated us, with a lot of good responses, and they're excited to have us, and I'm excited to be a Flame and to join the team here, a solid team, and to make a really good push for the Stanley Cup is going to be exciting.
Okay, so a question for both of you as well. And I know you've been a Flame for like 48 hours, but the question everybody in Calgary wants to know is, would you be open to the possibility at some point down the road of staying long-term in Calgary?
Yeah, I'm open. I mean, we've never didn't really talk about that, but I mean, I'm open to stay in Calgary for a long time. And obviously, like you said, we've only been there for 48 hours, but it's we haven't got to go to Calgary and see everything, but it's I'm open for it, and I kind of led that to the GM and my agent, and I think they already started talking about it, but we'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm open for it for sure.
Yeah, same here. Open to signing a long-term deal, and like Johnny said, it's been quick and it's been short so far. But the city and the team, there's no reason not to be open about it. So I'm looking forward to my agent talking to Brad and seeing what's going on. But yeah, I'm very open to it.
And finally, guys, what in terms of ties to Calgary, do you guys know much about the city? And do you know many of the guys on the team? Have you played with any of the guys on the team before at World Championships or growing up?
No, I have, I don't know not much about the city. I know that the Stampede just happened, and, there's a lot of, outdoor stuff, country and cowboys and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not too familiar with it. The mountains look good. I don't know anybody on the team, but they all reached out to Hubie and I, and all seem like a great group of guys. So I'm looking forward to getting to know the team and the city and everybody involved around that team.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I've been to the Stampede one time, 3-4 years ago, I think. So obviously that was the only time I kind of went to Calgary. Obviously we played there a lot of times, but we know the fans are passionate, so that's pretty cool. Obviously when you play there, it's always loud, and people, they know their stuff, and they know. Like I said, I think that's the most exciting part. And after get to know the city, we're probably gonna go there in the summer and see what's going on, where we're gonna live and stuff. But for me, I'm excited. It's a new chapter, and I'm just to get going and meet the guys. And I think I play with Markstrom, so and yeah, that would be probably the guy that I play with that's there.
Jonathan, I guess just to start, did you have a good time at the Stampede?
Yeah, always a good time. Obviously, who doesn't have a good time at the Stampede? And I think, like Weeks just said, it just happened. So I think it must have been electric. I mean, you can see the vibe in the city. It's pretty cool. And when I went there, I got dressed as a cowboy, so it was a cool experience.
I guess for both of you, when you do look at this squad, do you think you guys are stepping into a team that can contend right away this year?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I mean, I think they're obviously it's a really good team. I'm excited to join these guys, and I think they want to win. It's not a rebuild. I mean, this team's good. And I think obviously they lost their guys, but we're coming in and we're gonna help. We're gonna help them to get to the next level. And I think we want to. Me and Weeks are in this league to win the cup, and we're excited. I think there's a really good squad already there, and we're just gonna go there and help them.
I agree with you, B. I think the team looks really good. Obviously, for you guys, it's obviously been an emotional week with the ups and downs and losing two great players. But to have Hubie and I come in and get a little bit more excitement around the city again. And I don't think it's a rebuild either. I think when you bring in Johnny and I, we're here to win, and I think Brad knows that. He wants to win now, and the team wants to win now. So I think we got a really good chance at winning the Stanley Cup. And, Johnny and I are ready to start winning with this team.
All due respect to Eric, I think the other question that Flames fans are really interested in, directed to Jonathan, have you given any thought to your jersey number? I know you've worn 11 pretty much dating back to your time in junior, but Michael Backlund's been wearing 11 in Calgary for, I think, since 2007 or 2008. Have you had any thoughts about the number, and have you engaged in any negotiations for 11 yet?
Yeah, no, obviously, Backlund is a veteran, and he deserves to keep his number. And I mean, I'll change my number, but I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it a little bit, but I haven't made a decision yet. And yeah, I mean, the team kind of asked me what I was gonna wear, but we'll see. We'll see in the next couple of days. I gotta obviously talk to my family. I wanna get obviously a good number. I always wore 11, so it's gonna be tough kind of to change.
I was hoping each of you could sort of describe the other player coming over in the deal, just from your perspective of what the Flames are getting.
I think he's a great young player. He played a few games with us this year. Very humble kid. He's big, obviously has a high ceiling, and I think he's going to be a good player eventually. He's probably just as excited as the rest of us, and he was probably just as maybe shocked as Hubie and I. So I'm still actually haven't reached out to him yet to see how he's doing and letting him digest. But you got yourself another good young forward. He's a top prospect, and I think he's going to be a value to the Calgary Flames here in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, we said it all. That was a good description. But for what we saw, I mean, we didn't really see him that much, but training camp, and I think he's, I see a righty, a big guy. He's got a lot of skills, and I think he's a great skater. And from what I saw, I mean, he was really good. I thought he was pretty close to play in this league, and I think Mackenzie said it's. I think in the near future he's going to have a spot in the NHL, and I think that's another good player that the Calgary Flames added, and it's just going to be up to him to crack the lineup.
Hey guys, welcome to Calgary. Mackenzie, you mentioned earlier just the kind of the roller coaster that Flames fans have been on, seeing two American stars leave the city. Brad Treliving said that the city's taken a couple of body shots lately, but I'm curious, how do you feel about coming to play in Canada, a couple provinces over from where you grew up?
Yeah, this is super cool for me, playing in a Canadian market. I never really thought that I would probably play for a Canadian market, but this is going to be super exciting for me and my family. Lots of history, obviously, with Calgary, and I got to watch them growing up, obviously, a lot, and seeing them on TSN all the time. And the fans here are so passionate, and they're loud. And I know when Johnny and I have come to Calgary and played against the Flames, it's been crazy. So watching you guys in the playoffs and seeing the Sea Red and stuff like that, and now to be part of it, it's a really cool feeling. It's very surreal for myself. Obviously Johnny and I being Canadian kids. So I'm glad that maybe we could, make the blows a little bit softer on the city.
Jonathan, just the same question for you, please.
Yeah, same. I mean, I think it's exciting. I mean, you never thought I would play in Canada, and I think, obviously, like, a lot of history in this club, and watching, like I said, this year we kind of watched a little bit more playoffs and see the atmosphere in the building, and passionate fan and the community, and it's good to see the warm welcome too. Everybody's excited. Like you said, they lost their two, best player in the team, and I think it was tough for the fans and the community, and now it kind of rejuvenate everyone, and it's cool to see that we can bring that to the Flames and the fans. And I think for me, I'm excited to get going and obviously step on the ice and play in front of the nice fans up there.
One more from me for both of you guys. I think from an outside perspective here, at least, it kind of seemed like Brunette was a player's coach. You guys both had career years. What are your thoughts on playing under Daryl Sutter?
This is going to be it's going to be fun. You obviously see a lot of Daryl in the media and what he brings, but I think a coach, he's a great coach. He obviously has a lot of experience and a great resume. So Hubie and I are excited to get to know Daryl on a personal level, and obviously learn a lot of things from him, and hopefully he can, I'm sure he'll make us a lot better as players and as people. So we're excited to play for him. He's got our respect already, and we're going to work very hard for him.
Yeah, I heard. I mean, guys, obviously that place for them, you got to work hard, and that's what he brings to. I mean, with his experience, you respect Daryl, and we haven't talked to him yet, but I'm excited to get to know him and obviously work for him. And I heard just good things about him. Obviously, we see his media, so it's obviously being outsider, but now having the chance to work for him, it's going to be cool.
Hey guys, I guess this one will be for Jonathan. Obviously talking about Daryl, he's going to be the one who ultimately picks who plays where and with who. But what do you think about the opportunity of playing with Elias Lindholm, just from what you've maybe seen playing against him or watching the playoffs? He scored 40 goals this season, was a Selke finalist. Do you see a really good opportunity for yourself there?
Yeah, well, hopefully he can score 50 with me. But no, it's obviously he's a great player. He's a guy that, he's great. Obviously, he scored 40 goals, and it's hard to score a lot of goals in this league. And I'm a type of player. Obviously, I'm a playmaker, and I try to set up the guys and try to make people better around me. And I think obviously having him is a guy that goes in the right spot, and obviously can get the puck and puts it in. So I think it would be a great fit. But like I said, I haven't really think about it, who I'm going to play with, and it's going to be Daryl. That's it. That's his job, and I'm just going to go there and do whatever he wants me to play with.
And if I can follow up with one for Mackenzie again, just kind of sticking with, you were already talking about Daryl Sutter, and you haven't talked to him yet, but what kind of opportunity, I guess, do you see for yourself, knowing that Daryl Sutter is such a defensive-minded coach? The structure is all about limiting chances against. You're, obviously an excellent two-way defenseman. Do you see an opportunity for yourself to fit really naturally with this kind of system?
Yeah, I think so. I think over my years in Florida, I started out as coming from Halifax as an offensive defenseman, and then sort of learning the ropes and how to play defense, and sticking around in the NHL's, for a defenseman is to play hard D and solid defense. So I take pride in the defensive zone, and as a defenseman, I don't want to get scored on. That's my first priority. And playing under Quenneville, the D got more involved, and to jump into the play, that kind of came later on. But first and foremost, I'm a defenseman first, and I think all those defensemen that Calgary has, it's a great decor, and I'm looking forward to playing with them and seeing what it's like. But like you said, I hope I fit well in the system. I love to play defense, and if I can limit scoring chances and limit goals against, then I'm doing a great job, and hopefully I can do that.
Hey, Jonathan and Mackenzie, welcome to Calgary. Just for both of you, you're coming from a squad similar to the Flames that has, had great regular season success, but didn't quite accomplish the playoff ultimate end goal. What have you learned during those hard playoff battles, whether it was against the Lightning or other teams, and lessons that you can apply with a similar team in Calgary that's trying to get over that playoff hump and have a long run under its belt?
Yeah, obviously for us, we didn't have much experience in the playoffs. I mean, been in Florida 10 years, but made the playoffs twice, and it's obviously 3 times, I would say. But I think it's just like the way the playoff is a totally different season. I mean, you can win the season. We had a great year, obviously last year, but then you come to the playoff. Every team has a chance to win, and it's the way you pay attention to details, I feel. And obviously we played a good team, Tampa. They pay attention to details, and obviously you can see the experience they had. That makes a big difference. So me and Mackenzie learned a lot, how you're going to play in the playoffs. And I think we can bring that to Calgary. And obviously we know it's good to have a good regular season, but I think in the playoff after that, every team can win. Doesn't matter if you finish first. I think you got to just play a different, style. Obviously you got to pay attention to details. And that's the most important thing I feel for the next coming year.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I've learned a lot over the, just 2 years in the playoffs. And the biggest thing for me, it's a different beast. It's completely different than regular season, and you got to pay attention to everything, and it comes down to being, who's going to be the more desperate team, and like Johnny said, all the little things matter the most. So looking forward to joining this team and getting over the hump together. Obviously, Hubie and I couldn't really get over the hump in Florida, and now joining this team, I think, to contribute to that, and make a special run or runs. Looking forward to it, and just getting back into the playoffs. It's a long way away, but I'm excited to get back into the playoffs and go on a run here with Calgary.
Hey guys, I just want to go back to Eric's question initially, and he asked if you were open to signing long-term extensions. We just want to elaborate a little bit on that, and what are the boxes that you want to check personally? Like, what are you looking for in terms of a long-term home? What's the situation? Like, I wonder if you could just kind of share what you would be looking at in terms of finding and staying in a new place for a longer period.
Well, obviously, I mean, like I said, it's tough to answer that question now, because it's, you don't, Friday night, you think you're still in Florida, and after that, we're talking Monday and we're in a new team, and, you don't know if you're going to sign an extension and stuff like that. I mean, I still got 1 more year left on my contract. And like I said, I'm open to, obviously, to stay with the Flames, but at the end of the day, it's not my decision. It's obviously the GM and with my agent to work this out. But obviously, it would be something, I'm open about it, and obviously they're the one that traded for me, and that means they want me. Obviously, the situation was different. What Kitchuk wanted to leave Calgary, but I think they still went and got us, and I think. That's all I know. You want to play for a team that wants you, and that's all I want.
Yeah, I mean, same with Johnny. It's obviously been very early, but I guess if you were just talking hypothetically and checking out some of the boxes, I think it's obviously are we a winning team? How is the city? How are the teammates? How are my coaches? I think those are a lot of things. The boxes that you check to sign a long-term deal with a team. So. Like Johnny said, I'm open to it. I've heard lots of great things about all those things I just said. So, I guess it's just coming down and getting down there and experiencing it myself. And then, Brad and my agent as well, just talking negotiation talks and seeing if it works for both sides. So those are some of the things.
Quick one for you, Mackenzie. I know you're a right shot defenseman, but I believe you spent most of the last 2 seasons playing on the left side with Aaron Ekblad. Are you comfortable playing both sides, and do you have a preference?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with both sides. I'm open to anything. Wherever sort of the coach wants me is where I'll play. And, that's kind of my mentality the whole time in Florida is, I didn't start out as a top 4D. I started out as a bottom 6. So that's kind of how I earned playing big minutes was on the left side because that's the only place they could put me. So I'm comfortable with both sides and mixing it up and seeing where's a good fit for me. So wherever Daryl wants.